everyone, it's Joy here. Welcome back to my channel for another Handmade Christmas with Joy video. Today I created some larger tags from the Simon Says Stamp card kit. I cannot remember the name of this kit. This was the one that shipped out in October. It has the Newborn King stamp sets, or Hark the Newborn King stamp set. So here's what's in the kit. So if you got this kit, great. If not, I do have some of the other products linked that I did use that you can still get. But look at this beautiful cardstock. I do plan on making at least one other project with this kit, but today I decided to create some large tags. So I'm just going to show you what's in here. You've got this great little die of the Newborn King. I'm going to use this stamp set. Then you have some foiling, like foil it acid sheets, and some gold foil, so I definitely want to use those. I am using this stencil today and this dauber. Then you have the little sticky mat for your Misty, and I will be using some of this cardstock today. So the large tags that I'm going to be using are from scrapbook.com. I have die cut those from some Neenah cardstock. I have die cut some little gold hole reinforcers that come with this die. I am placing them on both sides. You don't necessarily see the front ones all the time, but just with the design of my tags, but that is okay. So I just wanted to get the basics of this part put together, and then we can start stenciling with the Stylized Mandala stencil. And it's a beautiful stencil. I thought it would be interesting to do the stencil in three different ways on here, and when I say that, I mean different positions on the tag. Sorry, this is the waffle flower. I think this is the grip mat, the 8.5 by 8.5. So I have my tag adhered down. I've got my stencil. I'm going to start on this one. I want the mandala centered. I'm going to use the dauber, and I'm just going to start tapping away. Something I did realize that kind of made it easier is as I would tap, I would kind of twist and I would get a lot of color. Also, this ink pad is from the kit. This is the soft navy ink pad. It's so pretty. It's a super juicy ink pad because it's brand new. I just opened it, so it definitely I get a lot of ink on this dauber. But like I said, I kind of dab and twist and it gets into that stencil. I'm not using any pixie spray. I didn't need to on this. It worked just fine. So when we peel this back, we're going to see how pretty this stencil is, and then we will stencil the other two tags, and this is just kind of our background. The color scheme I'm going for is blue and gold, so we're going to add some gold things on top of the stenciling. So this one, I'm going to go to the right of the stencil and add the stenciling there, so the left side will be open. So I'm making sure to put some low tack tape down so I don't accidentally get ink on my tag where I don't want it. So on the part of the mandala that's a little sticking out a little bit further, I have my mint tape, my low tack tape there, so I don't ink up my tag where I don't need it. Let's peel this back. Isn't that so pretty? I just love this design. It's so pretty. Now for the next tag, I'm going to do it on the other side. So we're just going to switch sides. And I do want to make sure before the next step that this dries. We're going to be using some gold embossing powder. I need this ink to dry, so I'm pretty sure I went and had some lunch after I did this, and when I say went, I went to my kitchen and made some quick lunch. And by the time I was done and ready to start working on this again, the ink was dry and I could do some heat embossing. I think one spot on one of the tags, I had to brush it off with the paintbrush, but really for the most part, it was nice and dry. Okay, now we're going to use this Hark the Newborn King stamp set. Now there is a coordinating die for this that did not come in the kit. Obviously I don't have that. I didn't need it anyways because I want to stamp this gold embossing on this background. So I have two of the angels and the sentiment. The sentiment on this one says, "Hark the herald angel sings, glory to the newborn king." And I'm going to center that kind of in, not the whole tag, top from bottom, it's kind of centered, but left from right, it's more towards the right side. And then I have the little angels around that. You'll be able to see once I put the gold embossing powder on. I do have my heat tool heating up nice and hot. I kept it running the whole time I was doing this. But this was the one that, but I think this is the one that I inked up at the very last. So I probably should have started with the other tag first, but I'm going to heat these until it melts. And then we have these beautiful gold images on that background. Okay, so for this tag, this has "O Holy Night, for unto us the child is born," and then it has little baby Jesus in the manger and the little, you know, manger over the top of him. And he's in his cute little, or the little stall part, excuse me, over the top of him. This is centered. So that part is centered. Then I have the sentiment above and below. Of course, you guys can't see till we get the gold embossing powder on. I want to make sure that I don't have any stray embossing powder. I did prep my tags with an anti-static powder tool from Tailored Expressions. Okay, let's finish this last one. This one has the stars. Well, one star. I did one of the large stars. I'm going to do another one, and then I added a few smaller ones. It says "Peace on earth and blessings to you and yours." And of course the gold embossing powder. I'm not going to heat this up right now. I want to put it back into my MISTI and put the other star, large star, at the bottom. And then there's a few more stars on the stamp set that I'm going to add as well. I did not need to heat up the other image. I just added the embossing powder and being careful to not touch it, but it can wait to be heated up until I'm finished with these other images. I'm going to sprinkle on the rest of that gold embossing powder, and now I can heat this up and melt it with my heat tool. Now I want to add another little tag that's going to have another sentiment and then the to and from. I'm using some of the cardstock from the card kit. I'm using the smaller tag die with the little hole placement from the nested tag dies from scrapbook.com, and I'm going to die cut this 3 times. And this is going to be at the top of our tag. And I'm going to use another sentiment from the Hark, the Newborn King stamp set. And this time I want to use some white embossing powder. I wanted to keep in these colors. Lately, I've really been wanting to do pops of red on everything, and I stopped myself from doing it. But I did want to add some white. You could also just stay with the gold. Now, something I have been doing and I hadn't realized is in that card kit, you get clear embossing ink from Simon Says Stamp, which I had on my desk, but I also had Versamark ink on my desk, and I was just naturally grabbing that. And I'm like, wait a minute, I want to be using this brand new clear ink from the kit for this card. So I am using it here. This says Merry Christmas. So I do have it on a little bit of an angle because I want to make it fit on this tag. I don't want to go any bigger, and I don't think there's anything wrong with it being on an angle. I actually think it's kind of cute. And I am paying attention to my other tags and the orientation that this tag will be on each one. So it might be on a different side because of where the images are. So I do have the orientation a little bit different on this tag. Here's the white embossing powder. I'm just going to do all 3 of these at the same time. Again, my heat tool is on because I want it to be nice and hot. And then I'm just going to use my tweezers, my reverse tweezers, so I do not get my fingers in the way and get burnt. And let's heat that last guy up. Okay, so I am using Honeybee Stamps Tag Your It Holiday. This says to and from. I'm just going to put this on an acrylic block and then just hand stamp this on the back with black ink. So this can be the to and from part. And then we can get these attached. I have some kind of tan and gold baker's twine. I'm going to put it through, tie a knot at the top, and I'm just trimming off the excess. And then we have these really cute, easy, large size Christmas tags. And let's take a look at these up close. I love that blue and gold. I love these images from the Hark, the Newborn King stamp set. I think they're so pretty. And I just want to say thank you guys so very much for stopping by and watching. I hope that you enjoyed this project, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.